Like the square, I've just done an outline of split stitch, just roughly where I'm going to work the light area. So again, line of light, starting with a waist knot here. So my underneath thread is along there, and I'm going to secure it and I'm going to cut this off after I've done a few stitches because it will secure this underneath thread. So make the split stitch slightly longer than perhaps where you would end the light colour. So just remember what we do. We're going to start with the central line, make the stitch quite long, longer than you think it perhaps should be. And for the first row, we're going to go from the inside out to get a nice crisp edge. So we're going to do a long stitch and then a shorter stitch. And now what's important here is that we need these stitches sort of to go into this direction. So you might need, as you work around, you might need to work the stitches closer here and fan them out slightly. Now what's really important long and short is we don't have big gaps here. So really like here, I'm going to take the stitch right down, make it a bit longer, and I'm just going to hook that right underneath there. As you can see, hopefully you can see this is fanning out. So I've done a long stitch. I'm now going to do a short stitch. And just make sure you've got a nice edge forming up here. What happens down below isn't so important because what you're going to see in your final embroidery is this top edge, not so much here. So just again, a long stitch and then a shorter stitch. And always make your stitches slightly longer than you think. I'm just going to make another long one. Into there, nice edge. Now I'm going to change colour I think in a minute, so I'm just going to do one more short stitch on this edge and leave that little split stitch for me to work the next colour in split stitch. Right, and then I'm going to come back up to here. So I did a long here, I'm now going to do a short. And when I go over the edge, I just slightly like to hook the needle sort of over that edge, just to give it a nice, so it pulls underneath with a nice sharp point. I'm just going to do another. And again, remember to make the stitches slightly longer, so that's a very long one. So now I'm going to do a slightly shorter one. Another longer one. Now remember, we're trying to get this to sort of turn around. So I want to be nice and tight here, but slightly starting to fan out along the top here. I'm just going to do another short one in there. Hopefully you can see the direction is changing around. Now I think that's probably enough. So I'm just going to cut this knot off out of the way. I'm going to secure the thread just with a little double stitch. And then I'm now going to use my next colour. So here we used 352. I'm now going to move on to 353, to the next colour. So let's just cut that thread off. And now we're going to do a few little bits of split stitches along here and along here before we start doing the long and short.